In our previous video, we installed and configured a gateway collector appliance. The gateway collector is a prerequisite to enable the discovery and monitoring of infrastructure devices in the HPE Complete Care service ITOps. Our next step is to install integration modules to discover IT infrastructure devices such as compute, storage, and networking equipment, and enable data exchange between HPE OpsRamp and IT infrastructure devices, part of your HPE Complete Care service ITOps. In this video, we will install the SSH agentless integration module to discover and monitor Linux-based system through the gateway collector without installing an agent by securely connecting to the device over SSH. From the HPE OpsRamp software console, select Setup and select Account. From there, select the Integration tile to access the HPE OpsRamp Integration App Store. There are many integration modules available in HPE OpsRamp. You can filter the list of available integrations by category, or you can also use the search feature. For agentless SSH-enabled devices, we will search for SSH to locate the SSH agentless integration module we are looking for. Select Add for the Linux OS agentless SSH integration module. And then select Add to add a configuration for this integration. Provide a name for this new configuration as well as the target host IP address. Select the SSH credential box to add credentials for the target host. We can provide this credential a name and a description. And then we have to select between password and key pair. In our case, we will use password and provide a username and password. We click the secure checkbox and keep the default SSH port to 22. We just select Add to add this new SSH credential. Back into our configuration step, we can check on the Manage Device checkbox and then define a discovery schedule. In our case, we selected the daily and every day at 1 a.m. We can then click Add to save this new configuration for our SSH agentless system. The next step is to select the gateway collector appliance that will be used to install the integration module and discover the SSH agentless resource. We only have one gateway collector appliance, so we can select our gateway and click Finish to complete the installation. We can see on the integration tile that we have one integration configured. Select the SSH agentless tile to check the status of the agentless integration module. The gateway collector appliance is displayed with a running state. Select the gateway collector to check the status of the agentless SSH integration module. The discovery status should be completed. Select the ellipsis to force the discovery by selecting Discover. This is to avoid having to wait for the next scheduled discovery. After the discovery is complete, you can see we have one device found by this integration. Clicking on this one device will take you to the detailed information and attributes of the device. The status of the system is undefined and the color is brown. This is expected status because there is no default monitoring template automatically assigned to the agentless SSH enabled system. Click the Linux server and go to the Metrics tab. And you can use the Settings icon in the upper right side to view monitoring configurations and see there is no monitoring template assigned yet. So the next step is to create and apply a monitoring template to the agentless system for the gateway collector appliance to monitor it. So let's move to the monitoring section and then the templates. Select the latest version of the built-in global monitoring template called Gateway Linux OS Performance Remote Monitoring. You can click the arrow on the left of the template to visualize the metrics and thresholds. Select the template checkbox and then click Copy to clone the template and click Yes to duplicate the template. Built-in global templates are not editable. This is why we are cloning it, so we can make changes to their property. Give your clone template a name and then click Save. To monitor the resource, an availability monitor must be enabled for a metric that is important for that resource. So select the clone monitoring template, click the Edit button in the upper right of the template. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Next to access the threshold settings. Select one of the metrics that makes sense. For example, here we pick up uptime, OS uptime. We then click on the Edit button and select to apply availability monitor. And then we select Update to change the value. We can now save that monitoring template. We now have to assign this monitoring template to the agentless resource, and we can do that either manually or using a device management policy. Let's try manually first by selecting Infrastructure Search. Then select your Linux server from the list. Click on the server. Go to the Metrics tab. You can then use the Settings button to view monitoring configuration. See the assigned templates and click Add to add a new monitoring template. You can use the Search button to locate our HPE Dream Company created template. Select it and then assign this template to the server. But we won't do it here because we want to show you how to do it automatically, which is very useful if you're planning to monitor a set of resources of the same type. So let's cancel out of this box. Let's now see the automatic assignment to a set of resources using the device management policy. For this, let's go to the resource menu and select the device management policies. We don't have any, so let's create a new one. Provide a name for the policy and make sure the checkbox Add members automatically using filter criteria is checked. And then let's build your filter. We decided to use two filters, one for device of native type equal Linux, and the second one for device make contains HPE. You can use the show matching members to ensure the resource matching the filter criteria is what you expect. Here we can see that we have one Linux server that matches the two filters. In the Perform Actions section, select the Assign Monitoring Templates checkbox. A list of available monitoring templates is listed. Find and select the monitoring template you previously created and click the right arrow to move it to the Assign Monitoring Templates column on the right. Finally, click Save and Run Now to assign the policy to the resources matching the filter criteria. The policy will apply to all resources that match the filter criteria you specified in the policy. After a few minutes, check the agentless SSH device in Infrastructure Search and select the device to check the status and the metrics. As you can see, the status is now green and the system, if you click on it, is up. You can also click on the Metrics tab to see that several different counters and metrics are starting to come up. Select the Settings buttons to get to the View Monitoring configuration. In the Assigned templates, you can see the monitoring template assigned to the SSH agentless server and the associated monitored metrics, including threshold level and alerts. We can close this window. We can now open a modern dashboard to start monitoring our environment. The dashboard provides an overview of health, performance, and availability of resources and services, such as our gateway collector appliance and the SSH agentless Linux system. In our next video, we will install the Redfish server integration module to discover and monitor server hardware using the Redfish API.